Hey y'all, welcome back. I hope you're staying safe and staying to yourself out there. I hope to keep this installment of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare playthrough and commentary a little bit shorter. Learning is tough, y'all. Before we begin, I want to cover two things before we get started and into the gameplay. The first is the use of gas as a weapon of war. It's nothing new. In fact, World War I kind of brought the modern age of warfare, and this included the use of gases such as chlorine and mustard and all sorts of really nasty stuff. But after the massive death toll of World War I, international law became the Geneva Gas Protocol of 1925, which basically said that countries can't use gas or other poisonous materials, bacteriological materials in warfare. Of course, this didn't stop production, and in 2013, President Obama drew his red line in the sand, and Syria, the Syrian government, and according to who you ask, this account changes a little bit, but the Syrian government then used sarin gas against the Syrian people in a town called Ghouta. The main actors in this were Syria, the United States, and Russia. Sound familiar? So the use of gas in Call of Duty is actually fairly controversial, especially when it's used by the opposition forces, namely Hadir in this case. The explanation from Hadir is that if they can use it against us, then we're going to give it right back to them. Of course, there's a flaw in this logic, but it also makes sense in a twisted kind of way. If they're going to hurt us, then why can't we hurt them back? This is also video game logic, though. Violence is done, violence is given back. But Call of Duty has tried to turn that on its head, with Farah especially. Farah doesn't want to retaliate, but she does want to excise Hadir from the resistance, a resistance that he has now harmed with his use of the gas. This is fairly unique. So this brings me to part two, the climax of the game, which we saw in our last installment. Well, for one, the climax in any dramatic structure is not necessarily the most exciting part of the story, but it is the part of the story where the protagonist or the hero enters a brand new world. This world can be by force, this world can be through circumstances. It can happen in all different types of ways, but the world changes fundamentally for the protagonists of the story, and they must adjust. And the rest of the story, then, is the protagonist or the hero adjusting to that new world. So when we have the use of gas, in this case, especially by our protagonist's brother, the world is fundamentally changed and different forever. So we're going to see Farah, we're going to see Alex, we're going to see Price, we're going to see all of these characters attempting to navigate the new world, which is a world in which they are fighting on two fronts. One person they thought was with them, and another that is coming at them in opposition style. The last thing before we begin, this next part and many of the parts that follow need a trigger warning. So consider this that trigger warning. This next part in particular depicts graphic scenes of violence, of the use of gas against civilians, and of trauma involving children. So if any of those things are going to upset you, please do not continue. I know that seems counterintuitive on a YouTube channel, but it's important that we take care of ourselves as well. But if you want to see, continue on, and thanks for stopping by. 20 years ago? What? feeling a little bit claustrophobic.
Rosenda!
Oh my gosh.
Professor here! I got her! Give her to me! Oh, my sweet boy. Thank God you're back.
Mama!
No! No! Wait! Where is my son? Where is your dear?
We left him home to study.
But they're gone, Mom. We'll find her, dear, and leave now, okay? Daddy! They are looking for resistant fighters! We have to go! Now! Okay, my son is still at home! I will help you, brother! This way!
Papa! I'm scared.
Don't be afraid, sweetheart. We're together. Sweetheart, I'll go ahead and make sure it's safe. Keep behind me.
Yes, Papa. I will.
Okay, that's my girl. Do as I say, and you will be safe. Okay, let's go. This way. Now, sweetheart. Follow me. Don't let the Russians see. Follow me, my little girl. Cover your mouth, Farah. Don't breathe. It's poison. Hurry, Farah. We're home. Farah, the gas will kill us. Get in here. In the house, Farah. Listen to me, please. Here.
Mama! I heard the bombs. I closed the windows, like you told me.
Good boy. We'll be safe from the gas for now. Come with me to the kitchen, both of you.
Where's Mama?
Mama's not coming. Sorry, my boy.
Why are they doing this, Papa?
I think we helped the rebels. Here, take this mask, okay?
Do we have one for Farah?
You'll need your own. I'll help your sister. Come. Take these phones. Use them if we get separated. Okay. Cross the bridge and go to the mountains. We'll be safe there. Come.
What if they catch us, Papa?
They will take you away and lock you up.
I don't want to go.
Okay. Listen, I know. We'll come back, I promise. There, you be strong for your sister now, okay? You keep Mama here and you keep this clear. That's how we survive. You understand?
Yes, Papa.
Listen, when we get outside, you stay with me, okay?
Papa! Papa!
Oh, here, behind me. Please. It's only my children, please.
No!
Oh, right. Crouching.
Проверяю каждый дом. Ребенок здесь. Убить его?
Никак нет. Тащи его к машину.
А тогда к машине? Нет?
Нет.
Зачем?
Так приказано. Что, на руках не дотащишь?
Тогда я принесу только одного.
Сколько их у тебя?
Нет, но как я буду искать?
Будет живым щитом.
Из-за снайпера?
После доклада.
Где?
Тащи то, что есть, и мочи остальных.
Принято. Отбой. Засранец.
Who's in the house?
I won't hurt you. Let me see you. I won't shoot. Say something. Don't be afraid. Talk to me. I can help you. Are you hurt? I have medicine. Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. Let me see you. I won't shoot. Are you hurt? I have medicine. Talk to me. I can help you. Say something. Talk to me. I can help you. Let me see you. I won't shoot. I won't hurt you. Show me your hand. Who else? Look what you did to my leg, you did. You stabbed me. How did you speak of this child? How did you get, huh?
This is so stressful.
Maybe she's with you. Hiding.
There is no escape. Come out. Yes, very good. Get something to help you.
Come. I'll give it to you.
Каждый тем, нет уж спасибо. От нее одни проблемы.
I told you I'd find you! You're there! You hear me? Fucking there! I will find you! There's no way out, Feliska! You're trapped! Just give up! Stop resisting! You think I can't find you? Hiding only makes it worse. Where are you, little son? You think I can't find you?
There you are. Got you, sucker.
Trying to kill me?
Get off her! Stab him, Fedra! Kill him! This Fedra! Again, that! It's working!
Just your little nerd!
Don't be afraid. We're together. Okay. Let's check his body. He's too heavy. We have to go. Got it. Come on. Baba,
My love.
you have to get up.
I can't. I can't go with you.
What do we do?
You survive. Whatever it takes. Never back down.
There it is. Man, oh man.
Goodbye, Daddy. I love you. I can't reach the ladder. Come, I'll lift you. It's stuck. Try to pry it open. You can do it, sister. Clara, wait. There are soldiers. Okay, we can go. Just stay quiet. We need to be safe.
Сэр, у нас пропал боец. Что? Сетки нас, мы не отвечаем.
You do this way, sister. Good. I don't think they saw us. Dada, we need to go. It isn't fair. They just kill everything. More soldiers.
My God.
Wait and follow me, okay? We'll go to the blue car. Across the road. Okay? Follow me.
Говорят, парковка, где людей залезть.
Hey!
Ага, все зачистили. Вряд ли они что-то знают. Тихо. Сюда идет Виктор.
Протесать лес. Сопротивление. Ничего сложного.
Женщины, дети.
Сутки машины в полной
Let's
комплекте.
go. They're here. I'll go first to make sure it's safe. I'm okay. I'm okay. Follow me. Don't worry. Air is safe. We have to go to the barn. Don't let them see.
Don't try anything,
Okay?
understand? You two, against the bar. We can't do anything. Beat you. Wait.
If we run away, they'll catch us. We need that truck. They'll hear you coughing. I will go. Find the gun. And if you get scared, use the phone to distract them. Don't get caught. I won't.
Эй, посмотри, я нашел револьвер. Ага, сам он и пальцем не пошевельнет. Ты глянь, прямо новенький. Ну не тупой. Классно.
He made that turn.
Ладно? Слышал? Проверить.
Как ты думаешь, что это было?
Без понятия. Может, животное?
Похоже на животное.
Сверчок, наверное.
Слишком светло. Они выходят по ночам.
Может, газа нанюхать?
Какой сверчок? Ты что, газа надышался? затихла. Что бы это ни было. Где-то там. Пошли. Падла! Андрей! Нет!
You did it! You saved us! Let's get out of here! Let's get out of here! I'll drive! Ah!
Возьмите его! Сюда!
Let go! Let go! No! Get off me! Para!
So you are the little devils that killed my soldier. Отлично.
Whoa.
You were right.
What is he? What is he? Hadir!
Farah!
Hadir!
Stop!
Manik!
Stop, Farah! Stop!
You can't be with it! It was Hadir. Hadir is the thief. I'm sorry, Captain. I didn't know. I
There's no
didn't
way
know.
you could have known.
It's okay, Father. We'll get him.
We need to unhouse this target. Now!
My brother always wanted to fight without rules. Now he's broken all of them.
Hadir went north. He was picked up by AQ fighters in the foothills.
Voluntarily or by force?
We don't know.
I'm sorry, Farah.
Your brother
He's a terrorist.
is an American asset, who is either with or in terrorist hands.
Hadir's fight's not with us. He could have killed everyone when he stole the gas, but he chose not to.
How do you know this?
I was there, trying to stop it.
Why didn't you tell me?
We believed it was Al-Qatala. We didn't know it was him.
We know now. We're going after him tonight.
I'll come with you.
You'd be hunting your own brother.
He is not my brother. Not anymore.
Barkov's gonna put a bounty on his head.
All right, well, let's get him first.
Any further complications and we're at war with Russia.
Well, don't complicate it.
This is a bad idea,
Farah.
We take care of our own here.
not usually what that means.
It does here. I want Farah on the team. I'm not asking.
Fine. You have execute authority. All of you. Okay, let's brief up. Imagery confirms Hadir was in possession of the remaining stolen gas when he made direct contact with Al-Qatala's most brutal enforcer, the Butcher. Surveillance tracked their vehicles to a residential complex in the Akris Mountains, believed to be the Wolf stronghold. Alex and Farah will hold orbit for secondary clearance, while Bravo 6 leads the assault force to locate the chemical agents, retrieve Hadir, and kill the Wolf.